If you're a cat parent, you've probably seen it. One minute, your cat is peacefully snoozing in a sunbeam. The next, they're tearing through the house like a furry little rocket, bouncing off the walls, skidding around corners, and then stopping on a dime like nothing happened. What you just witnessed is a classic case of the Zoomies. Officially, it's called frenetic random activity periods, or FRAPs. But let's be real, Zoomies is way more fun to say. Today, we're diving deep into the weird and wonderful world of cat Zoomies, what they are, why they happen, and what you can do about them. So, what exactly triggers this sudden burst of insane energy? It might seem completely random, but there are actually some very good reasons behind this behavior. The number one cause. It's all about their inner tiger. Our domestic cats, no matter how cuddly and spoiled they are still hardwired with the instincts of a predator. In the wild, cats spend a lot of their time stalking, chasing, and pouncing on prey. This requires short, intense bursts of energy. Our house cats do need to hunt for their next meal, magically appears in their bowl every day. But that pent-up predatory energy still needs to go somewhere. The Zoomies are a way for them to release all that stored-up energy and satisfy their natural hunting instincts in a safe, albeit chaotic way. Think about it from their perspective. They sleep most of the day, conserving energy just like their wild ancestors. Then, suddenly, they wake up with a full tank of gas and nowhere to drive. The Zoomies are like them flooring the accelerator. You might notice this happens most often at dawn and dusk. That's because cats are crepuscular, meaning they are most active during these twilight hours. This is prime hunting time in the wild, so their internal clocks are telling them it's time to get moving. If your cat gets the Zoomies right after a nap, it's basically them shaking off the sleep and getting their system fired up. Another fascinating reason for the Zoomies is something I like to call an emotional reset. Have you ever felt so stressed or anxious that you just wanted to run or scream? Cats can experience something similar. Sometimes a Zoomie session can be triggered by a moment of mild stress or overstimulation. Maybe they saw a bird outside the window they couldn't reach, or another pet startled them. That sudden, frantic activity can be a way for them to discharge that nervous energy and reset their emotional state. It's like they're literally running it off. It's a physical coping mechanism. To deal with a spike in adrenaline or frustration. So next time you see them go wild after a tense moment, you'll know they're just working through their feelings. And then there's the infamous post-litter box Zoomie. This one baffles a lot of cat owners. Why does my cat treat a trip to the bathroom like the starting gun at a racetrack? There are a couple of theories here. One idea is that in the wild, leaving waste behind makes a cat vulnerable to predators who can track their scent. So that instinct to quickly get away from the area after doing their business might still be kicking in. To poop and scoot survival strategy. Another slightly funnier theory is that they just feel so good and relieved after going to the bathroom that they have to celebrate. With a victory lap around the house, it's a feeling of pure, unadulterated relief expressed through pure, unadulterated speed. Of course, one of the most common causes of Zoomies is simply boredom. A bored cat is an energetic cat with nothing to do. If your kitty isn't getting enough mental and physical stimulation throughout the day, they're going to create their own entertainment. And that entertainment often looks like a one-cat demolition derby through your living room. This is especially true for indoor-only cats, who don't have the vast, exciting world of the outdoors to explore. They rely on us, their humans, to provide them with enrichment. If their environment is too static and predictable, they will find a way to spice things up themselves. The Zoomies are a clear sign that your cat needs to burn off some steam and engage their brain. So now that we understand the why, let's talk about the what to do. While Zoomies are a totally normal and healthy part of being a cat, they can sometimes be a little disruptive, especially if they're happening at 3 in the morning. The key isn't to stop the Zoomies, but to manage the energy that causes them. The best way to do this is through proactive, structured playtime. Engaging your cat in a good play session every day is crucial. And I don't mean just dangling a string for a minute. When you need to simulate a hunt, use a wand toy with feathers or a mouse on the end. Move it like prey, make it hide behind furniture, dart across the floor, and flutter in the air. Let your cat stalk, chase, and finally catch it. This full hunt, catch, kill sequence is incredibly satisfying for them. Let them pounce and kill the toy, then reward them with a small treat or their meal afterward. This completes the cycle and leaves them feeling accomplished and content rather than frustrated. Aim for 1 or 2 15-minute play sessions a day, ideally around the times they are most active, like in the evening before you go to bed. A tired cat is a happy, calm cat. Playing with them before bedtime can help them burn off that final burst of evening energy, leading to a more peaceful night for everyone. If you can tire them out, they're more likely to sleep through the night instead of using your bed as a trampoline. Another great way to combat boredom is to enrich their environment. Think of it as catifying your home. Cat trees and condos are fantastic because they allow cats to climb, perch, and survey their territory from up high, which they love. Scratching posts are essential, not just for their claws, but for stretching and releasing energy. Puzzle feeders are another brilliant tool. Instead of just putting their food in a bowl, make them work for it. Puzzle feeders require them to use their brains and paws to get their kibble, mimicking the challenge of foraging for food and providing much-needed mental stimulation. You can even just hide some of their favorite treats around the house for them to find. This encourages their natural seeking and foraging behaviors. Sometimes a companion can help. If you have the means and space, getting a second cat can provide a built-in playmate. They can chase each other, wrestle, and burn off energy together, taking some of the pressure off you to be the sole source of entertainment. Just make sure to introduce them properly and ensure their personalities are a good match. Now, while Zoomies are usually harmless, it's important to pay attention. If you notice a sudden dramatic increase in this behavior, especially in an older cat who was previously calm, it's worth a trip to the vet. Sometimes, certain medical conditions like hyperthyroidism or even fleas and skin allergies can cause discomfort that leads to frantic agitated behavior that looks like Zoomies. It's always better to rule out any underlying health issues. Similarly, if the Zoomies are accompanied by signs of distress, like excessive vocalization or aggressive behavior, that's another sign to check in with your vet. But for the vast majority of cats, Zoomies are just a joyful, quirky expression of their natural instincts. It's a sign that your cat is feeling healthy, energetic, and playful. So instead of getting annoyed, try to appreciate it for what it is, a glimpse into the wild spirit that lives inside your little house panther. Create a safe space for them to zoom, clear the floor of anything fragile, and enjoy the show. It's one of the many hilarious and endearing things that make living with cats so special. So, to recap, cat Zoomies are a natural release of pent-up energy, driven by hunting instincts, emotional resets, and boredom. To help manage them, engage your cat in regular, structured play that mimics a hunt. Enrich their environment with climbers and puzzle toys, and consider a vet checkup if the behavior changes suddenly. Embrace the chaos, provide positive outlets for that energy, and you'll have a happier, healthier cat. What about your cat? Do they get the Zoomies? Let me know in the comments below what triggers their frantic sprints and what your funniest Zoomie story is. I'd love to read them. Thanks so much for watching today. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more cat care tips. I'll see you in the next one.